Hi there, welcome to Jujubee DIY. I'm Sarah. Thanks so much for joining me today. Today is my 4th Friday open challenge that I host with my friend Elisa. I've made 3 soft and romantic and super easy DIYs that you could either keep in your home or give as a gift to someone you love. I also have a product review for Mollie Ollie in this video, and I'm going to share some of my artwork with you. So I think you're going to want to see all of that. It's jam-packed, but stay tuned and I'll show you all of it. For our first DIY, I'm using one of the Dollar Tree wood signs in the heart shape here. I gave it 2 coats of the Waverly chalk paint in Ballet Slipper, which I think is just a really lovely color for a soft Valentine's Day look. And now I'm going in with a dry chip brush and the mineral chalk paint from Waverly. And I'm just going to dry brush and distress my heart. Once I'm happy with how my heart is distressed, I'm going to go in with some of these solo wood flowers. If you've never heard of solo wood flowers before, they are just flowers that are made from real wood. They're super soft and pliable, and you can actually dye them in different colors. So they're really fun to have in your craft stash. And if you're looking for something a little more environmentally friendly, they are perfect. So Solo Wood sent me these last year, and I'm still working through what they sent me. But if you are interested in checking them out, I will leave my affiliate link down below. Feel free to check them out, look around if you want, but no pressure. I did just want to give Solo Wood a shout out since they did send me these beautiful flowers, and I do think that they are absolutely lovely. So I added my flowers and some of this lamb's ear from Walmart, and after looking at it, I felt it needed a little something more. So I found a little flower that I had in my stash there, and I just added it too. Now we're going to go in with some of this twine. I picked this up from Walmart. It's kind of an off-white color, and I love to add twine to my projects. I think it's not only super farmhouse and country, but it adds a lot of dimension and interest to any piece. So if you're thinking, this might need something else where you're doing a project, try some twine. You'll be surprised that a lot of times that's just what it needs. So it's really super inexpensive and an easy thing to add to any project. Next, I wanted to hand letter you and me on this heart. So I'm taking this fine, I think it's an ultra fine tip pen that I picked up at Walmart the other day, and I'm just going to hand letter that. I did mark it out first with a pencil to make sure that I had my letters where I wanted them. But yeah, I'm just gonna go over it with this paint pen. If you've seen some of my recent videos, you'll know that I'm just kind of on the hunt for something that will make hand lettering a little bit easier for me. And I like this pen okay. It took a while for it to mix and become more opaque. At first it was very translucent, but after shaking it for quite a while and working the paint, it did become more opaque. So overall, I think this pen was working just fine. I think you just kind of have to take your time, go slow, and it'll work out well. So then I wanted to add just a little more interest to the words to help them stand out a little bit. So I'm going to go in with this Jelly Roll pen. This is just a black Jelly Roll pen that I pick up at Walmart. No, my bad, at Michael's. But you can get these, I think pretty much at any craft store, really, probably Joann's, Hobby Lobby, and I know you can get them off of Amazon. So, but Michael's is close to me, just an easy place for me to get craft supplies. So that's generally where I go for stuff. But I'm just kind of adding some black here and there just to highlight the words. And here is a look at how this turned out. I love this, and I think it was just super simple and easy. As I mentioned at the beginning of this video, today is 4th Friday open challenge that I host with my friend Lisa over at our gray house. This month's theme was Valentine's Day or romantic decor. If you've never been over to Lisa's channel, I strongly suggest you go over there. She is a wonderful crafter. She's hilarious, and she's super close to getting monetized. So if you go visit her, watch her video today, give her a like, and if you like what you see, subscribe. And as always, today has an open playlist that I will leave in my description box down below along with Lisa's information. For DIY number 2, I am taking these square tiles that I got at the Dollar Tree. I've never seen these before. They're sure pretty, but I wanted to use them for this project, and the back has a hanger area that is drilled into the wood. So I wouldn't have been able to turn these around without filling in that hole. So I just chose to take the paper off. I'm using a little bit of water in a spray bottle there, and I'm just gonna scrape it all off. After everything is dry, I give it a little sand, gave it 2 coats of the Waverly chalk paint in white to just make it a nice neutral base. And then I gave it 2 coats of this really pretty off-white buttery yellow color. I think this is called antique white, but I am not in my craft room right at the moment, so I can't remember for sure. But I will definitely leave in my description box down below everything that I use, all the colors and brands and all that kind of stuff. So if you're ever interested in what it is, you can look down there and find that information. Now I'm marking the holes where my hinges are sitting so that I can make sure my screws go in the right area. I had pulled these hinges off of a treasure chest that I got from the Dollar Tree. I'd used the top and the bottom for a different project, but I saved the hardware thinking, yeah, I might use that someday. And sure enough, here we are using them now. So I'm going in with this little hand drill that I keep in my stash. And I'm making pilot holes. This is just going to make it easier for the screws to go in, and will make it less likely that your wood will split. Although I did have a little bit of splitting anyway. So maybe I needed to make the pilot holes a little bit bigger. It wasn't a big deal, and it worked out just fine anyway. So they're nice and secure. But yeah, so I'm just making these pilot holes, and I thought, you might want to see the top of my hand for a while. So I just left that in there. Just kidding. I didn't mean to, but here we are. So moving on, we are going to add our hinges. I am going to add all 4 screws to one hinge first. I'm not going to tighten them all the way down. I'm just going to put them in most of the way, but I want to be able to have that wiggle room so that I can make sure that the base of this little, it's going to be like a picture frame. Spoiler alert, we're making a picture frame, but I want to be able to make one side flush to the bottom so that it'll sit up nicely. And so the best way to do that is just to add your screws, don't go all the way in, and then add the screws to the other side, wiggle everything around, make sure everything's flush, and then tighten everything down. Real quickly, I wanted to address something. I had somebody mention about how much my style has changed over the last year, and I would expect that. I started out on YouTube not knowing who my audience was, but as I've grown and tried different kinds of projects, I can see what you guys want to see. I can see where you're spending your time, what you're liking, and I would expect my channel to grow, ebb and flow with what you guys want to see. I'm here to create content for you, to give you inspiration and ideas that you want to see. So when you spend time on my channel watching it, liking it, I can see that, and I will bring you the projects that you want to see. And yeah, that means my style is going to change a little bit, and that's okay. That just means growth. Now we're going to use this waterslide decal paper from Hippo. They had sent me this back a while ago to try out, and I've continued to use it because I think it is a really fun way to add elements to projects. So I just printed out a picture of my husband and I from a few years ago. It's a picture that I really like. And then I printed off the lyrics to one of our favorite songs, which is Walk the Line by Johnny Cash. And I am just going to dip that waterslide decal paper into the water. Actually, first of all, you have to spray it with a clear spray. So like an enamel clear spray. I use the Rust-Oleum. I will leave in my description box exactly what I use, but you just give it 3 coats. All the instructions are on the waterslide decal paper, and it's just really super easy to use and a really fun way, like I said, to add different elements to your project. So I'm just gonna push all that water out until it is on there and super, like dry. And then I'll let that dry for a few hours and it will adhere and just be part of your project. So I do want to mention real quick that because you are using printer ink here on this waterslide decal paper, these projects are not archival and they're not fade resistant. So your project will fade over time. So be cautious when you're using, of course, anything that is not light resistant, because it will fade and eventually not be as vibrant. But, maybe it'll look really cool over time, just kind of that aged effect. I don't know. So I had gone into Canva, I'd taken off the background. I have the Pro subscription to Canva, so I can take the background out of pictures, which is really convenient for projects like this. And then I added that little love and a heart. All those were elements from Canva, and it's just a really easy program to use for projects like this. So here it is, all done. I think this is so fun. I am gonna love having this on display in my home. Today's video is sponsored by Mollie. Ollie, is that not the cutest name? Mollie Ollie had contacted me and asked if I wanted to try out their Mimo Caddy, and I jumped at the chance after seeing other people review this product, and I was not disappointed at all. And I hope you know that if I recommend a product to you, it is something that I would stand behind and use myself, and I can't imagine not using this product. It is wonderful. So it is made from a chemical-free 5mm thick soft felt, and this thing holds its shape awesome. You'd think, felt? Really? It's gonna hold up? Yes, I've had this sitting out in my craft room for a while now, and it is still holding its shape wonderfully, even after being packed full of stuff. So it has this super awesome little zipper pouch in the front with these 5 organizing areas. These are elastic bands, and then it has this little pouch that has a little bit of Velcro on the top. The zipper is nice and smooth, and you can tell it is high quality and well made. So that zipper is not going to break on you or snag, and it's a double zipper. So you can either meet the zipper in the front or a zipper all the way around to one side or the other. So that's really convenient. It also comes with these center dividers that just Velcro in, so you can divide it if you want to. You can either have it completely open, have 2 sections, or add in that second divider for 3 sections. The middle of, or the inside material is very durable, but it wipes clean. So if you spill something in here, you can just wipe it right out and it'll wipe right up. It is reinforced there in the handles, and this thing will hold 50 pounds. So that's, my 8-year-old was 50 pounds last year, and it's chemical free. So that means when you pull it out of the package, you're not going to be knocked over by some weird chemical smell, which I really appreciate, because a lot of times that chemical smell that a lot of products have when they first come out of package, it gives me a terrible headache. So I know you want to see what I have organized in my Mimo Caddy. I decided to put all my art supplies in there. I like to take my art outside or to coffee shops or wherever I'm going. And this is a good way to organize all that stuff and be able to take it out. So I have all of my alcohol ink markers there. I have a set of Ohuhu markers, and then a set of Arctic's Alp markers. And in the front, in these organizing sections, I just have like a little eraser. I have a travel bottle from the Dollar Tree that fits in there nice and snugly. It has Gamsol in it, which is a chemical that I use to blend out my colored pencils, but it's something you definitely don't want to spill. And I am not worried about this coming out or spilling at all. I also have a sharpener in there and some blending stumps. On the side here, these little pockets are wonderful. I have 2 different sets of fine liner markers that I use frequently. So I just put those right there in the side. And as you can see, this thing probably is about 30 pounds, and I'm not worried about those handles breaking at all. So I have my set of Prismacolor pencils and then my drawing pencils as well. And then this little pouch has my blending stumps in it. So it keeps everything organized in one spot. Some of you may or may not know I have ADHD, so I need all of the organizing help that I can possibly get. And this thing is definitely going to help me stay organized. So I've just got a couple of different little things here in the back pocket, my color swatches for my pencils and my markers. And yeah, so I was just gonna flip through my coloring books here. I like these Joanna Basford coloring books. They're really fun. If you've never checked her out, you definitely should. If you like to color, that is. I'm not sponsored by her at all. I just really love her books. So I'll show you a couple of pictures here that I have completed. And these are just using the Prismacolor pencils. So I know I don't always show you all of my sides here on YouTube, of course, because this is a DIY channel. So, you know, this kind of stuff is not really relevant to what I'm doing here on my channel, but it is kind of fun to be able to show off some of these fun art pieces that I like to do. So, yeah. And here's a little flip through of my sketchbook. This was actually when I first started drawing faces. This is one of the first faces that I drew. It's not perfect, but you know, and I developed my style over time. And so I have these little girls that I like to draw. They're kind of my style. And then, you know, just some sketches here and there. So, yeah. So if you are interested in learning more about the Mimo Caddy, I do have a link in my description box below. I also have a 10% coupon for you guys, so you can get your Mimo Caddy at 10% off. I really suggest looking into this product. If you want to purchase it for yourself or give it as a gift, this would make a wonderful gift for a new mother. They are perfect organizers and diaper bags. So definitely look into them if you are interested. Alrighty, so we're gonna do our final DIY here. I am taking this little X heart or XoXo piece that came out of this little craft kit from the Dollar Tree. The areas in which the letters are done are not sectioned off in any way. So I just took a pencil and I sectioned those off. Keep kind of your perspective in mind. So you want to look and see which letters you want on the top, and then make sure that you're drawing those in so that that makes sense. You know what I mean? So you wouldn't want one letter partially on top and partially down below. You will probably be able to figure that out pretty easily on your own though. So, but just worth a little mention. Now I'm going to go in with the Waverly chalk paint in mineral and do the right side or the left side, whatever side that is. I don't even know. I'm completely confused these days. Anyhow, that one side I did in the mineral, and then I'm going in with the Swan from Hello Hobby chalk paint, and I'm going to paint this side. And at the beginning there, you may have noticed that pink heart. That was a heart that I had gotten a long time ago, actually, from Michael's. And you'll see on the back side, it was a project that I had done previously, and I was just reusing that heart for this project. So any little heart will do. I gave it a coat or two of the ballet slipper from Waverly. So now I'm going to go in with my Jelly Roll pen in black, and I'm going to use some little stitching marks to separate out those letters a little bit more, just to define them. And then I'm going to go ahead and use that stitching mark all the way around each of the letters, just to make it look cohesive and super cute. I'm all about the cuteness and the whimsicalness. So I really like this look, but if you don't like it, definitely leave it out. You don't have to do it. And you don't have to use a Jelly Roll pen. You could use a marker or paint and a detail brush, however you want to do it. So we're just going to go around all of those areas. And here we are with this heart. So I had used some washi tape. I wanted to create some stripes, but I wanted them to be very subtle stripes. So I added the ballet slipper and some of that swan white color to make a lighter pink color. And for the life of me, I could not find my makeup sponges because that's generally how I like to go in with the paint, but it worked out just fine. I just pressed that washi tape down really well and then painted over the top in light coats, and it worked out perfectly. And you can see it is a very subtle variation of color, but I really love it. Now taking that same lighter pink color, I am just taking a stylus and putting a whole bunch of dots all over everything on that XoXo sign. Taking some of this burlap lace ribbon from the Dollar Tree, I just added it in the middle here, and then added some of this foam tape, double layered, to the back of my XoXo. I just get this at the Dollar Tree. I just wanted to add a little dimension to this project, and then I will hot glue this down. And I'm going to put it at an angle because I thought that looked super cute. And I know these projects today are pretty simple, but sometimes simple is just beautiful, elegant, and just what you need for, you know, what you're looking for. Sometimes we just need a little simplicity and softness in our lives. And I think that these projects today kind of show that. So they're not super hard projects. They're very quick. Most of them took me just like maybe 20 minutes, and that's with like paint drying and everything. And they are just pretty. I just really enjoyed how each one of these projects turned out today. And I think that they would be so fun to give as a gift. Like that picture frame one, you could put somebody's wedding picture and their wedding song, and it would make a wonderful wedding gift. So anyhow, that's all I have for you guys today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments which project was your favorite. Don't forget to go check out Lisa's channel and the playlist for today. There are amazing creators and crafters that are joining us, and you're going to get inspired. I hope you have a happy, healthy, and blessed day, and I will see you next time. Bye!